Masculine mind versus feminine mind. One side builds walls and schedules the storm. It fixes, it files, it holds back the flood. It trusts what it sees, commands what it knows, but chokes on what it can't voice. The other listens before it speaks. It feels the room before it moves. It waits, it wanders, it weeps, and that's wisdom. But left alone, it forgets how to act. Too much force and you'll break what needs holding. Too much feeling and nothing gets built. So the soul breaks the dam. The emotions hit like a tidal wave, or it drifts you so far you beg for anchor. Nothing holds when control wins. Nothing breathes. So life slams you with change, or drowns you in stillness, until you learn to build with both. Integration is structure that flexes, a form that lets the wind pass through. It's knowing when to command and when to create. Isolation versus connection. You left the room before anyone could hurt you. You called it peace, but it was just absence with lipstick. Or you gave yourself away in every conversation. Let them title you so you wouldn't have to. Too much solitude and you vanish. Too much connection and you dissolve. So the soul gives you both, alone when you ache, company when you're unmasked. Integration is knowing how to keep your shape in the crowd and your soul in the quiet. Desire versus discipline. You chased what burned until your skin stopped healing. You fed every hunger and wondered why you were still starving. Or you locked yourself up and called it progress. Refused everyone until you spoke, swallowed every scream, smiled through the ache, or you poured yourself out until no one could hold it. Spoke every truth before it had roots. Suppression becomes sickness, expression becomes noise. So life will silence you until you find your voice, or overload you until you learn to speak clean. Integration is a voice with weight, truth with timing, stillness that heals, words that lay. Strength versus vulnerability, you held it down for everyone else. Lifted too much and collapsed in private, or you broke and waited to be saved. Fell apart before you even stood up. Strength without softness corrodes, vulnerability without grounds. So the soul breaks your armor, it drowns your cry. Integration is a spine that bends. It's crying without shame, leading with heart, not just hands. Purpose versus survival, you had a dream, but couldn't need a fire, but no roof. Or you had a paycheck, but nothing to wake up for. Purpose burns without fuel, survival chokes without soul. So life strips you bare until you feed both. Integration is sacred simplicity, making the vision fit inside the day. Instinct versus morality, you wanted what they told you not to. Acted before thinking and paid in regret, or you locked it all away. The hunger, the rage, the realness, and lived like an apparition. Instinct alone wrecks, morality alone represses. So life tempts you, tests you until you own both. Integration is desire in alignment, action with awareness. You don't kill the fire, you guide it. Expression versus recognition, you spoke the truth, but it echoed back empty. You showed your soul and they blinked like it was noise. You screamed from the gut, but they only heard the tone. You brought the real thing, they look for polish. When you live exposed, you wanna be felt. But if your world was built to numb, it won't meet you in your depths. So you either go silent or scream louder, and both turn bitter when they land nowhere. Light versus shadow, you wanted to be the good one, the light bringer, the healer, the true speaker. So you buried the parts that didn't sparkle, swallowed the envy, hid the rage, smiled through the ache. But light without shadow is just blindness. When light dominates, you perform goodness. You help everyone even when it breaks you. You radiate love but collapse in private. When shadow dominates, you lash out, sabotage, destroy what you love, turn invisible until someone sees the monster. Soul's lesson, you are not only what what shines. You are what survived the dark. Integration looks like you own your jealousy and let it teach you what you want. You feel your rage and use it to draw boundaries. You stop pretending you're pure and become real instead. You don't heal the shadow, you give it a seat at the table. Stillness versus movement, you stayed still so you wouldn't break anything, held your breath so the pain couldn't find you. You called it peace, but it was just pause with a heartbeat. Or you moved constantly, did everything, fixed everything, ran from one thing to the next, so nothing could catch you. Stillness became your cage, movement became your escape. When stillness dominates, you stop answering calls, stop trying, stop choosing. You call it surrender, but it's shut down. You say you're waiting, but you're frozen. You say you're resting, but you're fading out of your own life. When movement dominates, you can't sit with your feelings. You chase distraction like it's oxygen. You outrun yourself and call it discipline. You're always doing but never arriving, always reacting but never receiving. The soul's lesson, motion is not purpose, stillness is not peace. You can be active and lost, you can be quiet and buried. So it throws you into exhaustion or paralysis until you beg for the other half. Integration looks like you move when it matters. You pause when it's true. You rest without guilt. You act without panic. You don't freeze. You don't flail. You listen and respond. Stillness becomes your ground. Movement becomes your voice, and life flows because now